When you think about selling a home, one of the very first items you must consider is price. We all know that pricing a home for sale above the market is the most common reason why a property does not sell. The same is true of rental properties. If your rent is too high and is above the local market value, you are unlikely to rent quickly. Now, this is a problem because this adds to your vacancy rate, which directly impacts your effective gross income. In a given year, we don't like to see vacancy rates above 45 days. You certainly want your property to rent for all it's worth, but it simply won't rent if your price is above the local market rent. So, how do you determine local market rent? Well, my suggestion is to use a professional property manager who is also a realtor. This is a critical distinction because in Florida, other than the owner, only realtors can lease properties. Additionally, realtors have the data that is used to calculate local market rent. A trained and experienced realtor/property manager can also assist you in calculating a rental investment analysis to make sure that your rental property will perform at the needed level. So, how do you calculate a local market rent? Well, it's fairly straightforward as long as you have access to good data. The calculation is analogous to creating a comparative market analysis for a property sale or purchase. When completing our rental rate analysis, we collect rental data for active, leased, and canceled rental transactions for similar properties, for example, square footage, number of bedrooms, number of baths, pool, etc., within a geographic area, and we then calculate the average rental rate on a dollar per square foot basis after making adjustments for property condition and size, etc. We then multiply the average dollar per square foot by the square feet of the subject property, and voila, we have a good estimate of what your property should rent for in your neighborhood. You can always check the calculated value against Zillow or some other data source, but this is by far the most accurate and reliable method to determine fair market rent specific to your property and your neighborhood. So, if you need to lease or release your investment property right now or in the near future, and need help determining the fair market rent or value for your property, well, my team and I are offering free 15-minute video calls to any investors in our community. So we can answer any questions you may have, share any relevant resources that would help you, and provide you with a checklist of your next best steps. This 15-minute video call is free. No catch, no pressure, no selling. My only ask is that when you decide to hire a property manager to lease and or manage your property, you give me a call and give me a chance to interview for the job. What I want you to do now is click on the Book Now button below and check the calendar for available call times. Book a 15-minute spot that works for you, and I'll send you a Zoom link for our call. Again, I promise, no pressure, no selling. You'll get your questions answered, I'll share any relevant resources that can be of use for you, and we'll give a checklist of your next best steps. My name is Joe Angley, and I am a realtor and property manager with Metro City Realty here in Orlando. I hope you and your loved ones are staying safe, and I hope that you rent your property for every dollar that it's worth.